Well, hey everybody. It is now Tuesday. Another day to draw some race cars. I'm Boris, and we've got another special episode for you today. We're going to have some friends from Phoenix Raceway, all the way out west. Now, it's a little early for some of them. They might just be waking up, so let's give them a chance to stream on in here, all right? And I believe that we are now live on Phoenix Raceway's Twitter and Facebook page, along with the Joe Gibbs Racing pages. Thank you to all of you out west from me. I guess if you're out in Phoenix and I'm out east, right? Depends on your perspective. But thank you for joining me today. I'm Boris. I drive for Joe Gibbs Racing. I drive. Why did I say that? That's my dream. That was a slip. That's my dream. I don't drive. I draw for Joe Gibbs Racing. And myself and my team handle the video and social media and whatnot for the race team, and we help out our drivers like Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex, Eric Jones, Harrison Burton, Brandon Jones, Riley Herbst, all those drivers you may know about. Also, Ty Gibbs in the ARCA series. Remember he won at Phoenix? Yeah. So we're here today because, we're all spending a lot of time inside at home, staying safe, staying healthy. And I thought, well, why not mix some things I like to do? Pick up an old hobby like drawing, and then one of my loves, which is race cars, and put them together and teach y'all how to draw some race cars. What do you say? My degree is actually in art. I've been an artist since I was a little kid, and no matter what your age is, you can get into this show, I bet. So get your pen and paper, or your pencil, or your iPad like I'm using with an Apple Pencil, or finger paints, chalkboard. Maybe head out to your driveway if you want to draw some sidewalk chalk. Let's just get it going today and draw Phoenix Raceway. All right? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start. Oh, by the way, we're drawing Martin Truex Jr.'s auto owner's Camry today, too. So there's a little model for it. But I am going to start with drawing the track shape. I like to get warmed up with the track. So get that ready. I'm going to start reading some comments after I draw this track shape. So let's start a new page here and get rolling with some drawings. I'm drawing here in North Carolina. Where are you watching from? All right. Let me get that camera focused here. We're going to start with a straight line, like that. There we go. Camera's all focused up. Now, Phoenix Raceway, it's a little bit, it's not a true oval, but you can start with a letter C and a backwards letter C to draw the turns. So draw a backwards letter C over here, and then drive up an angle kind of like this. See that? There's a dog leg. We talked about dog legs, right? We've drawn a few tracks with dog legs, some with double dog legs. I'm telling you, if you have a dog, look at its back leg. You'll see it's angled, and that's why they call it a dog leg. Now draw this other turn over here, the letter C, like that, and then draw a line up, like that. And actually, I'm actually going to have to fix a little bit of this because it's more like this. But you can actually turn this into pit road. See what we did there? We made it super easy. Turn that into pit road. Like that. And we just learned our first lesson of the day, which is not actually drawing tracks. It's how to fix mistakes. In the world today, we're fixing some things. We're doing the best with what we have, so when I mess up a line like that, I'm not going to worry about it, and you shouldn't worry about it either. We could turn it into something good. We can make it work. We just drew a messed up line and turned it onto pit road. You see how we made that work? Of course, you can always erase it too. So, as you can see, Phoenix is a very unique track. It's 1 mile, and the start-finish line is actually right about here. Pit road will actually come even further down. It curves back around to the back stretch back here. So that is basically Phoenix Raceway. It's not a perfect representation. You're going to have to check out the satellite view if you want a perfect spot, but they did a flip. The start-finish line used to be back here, and now they flipped it over here, and it's really made for an exciting race. They also redid the infield. It's one of the best tracks to go to. I can't wait to get back there. Now, that was the last track I went to personally before we had the stay-at-home orders and all that come into effect. So I have some good memories of my most recent NASCAR race I attended there at Phoenix Raceway. But you know what else about Phoenix is unique? Is we race in the desert, right? And what are some things in the desert? Well, one of those things is a cactus, right? Well, we are going to draw Martin Truex Jr.'s Auto Owners Camry on the track, crossing the start-finish line, and we're going to do that from about right here, the vantage point right about there. See where that orange dot is? That's where we're going to be standing in our picture. And we're going to draw Martin Truex Jr.'s Auto Owners Camry crossing the finish line. And we're going to draw a cactus flag stand, because that's how they designed their flag stand at Phoenix, was with a cactus. So, while you're finishing up your drawing, I am going to read some comments. Thank you to everyone joining us from the Phoenix Raceway page. It's really great to have you here. I'm Boris, if you're just joining us, and today I'm going to teach you how to draw some race cars. We just drew the track shape to get warmed up. Now let's start with a new piece of paper, or a new clean screen in my case, and start drawing. Here's what I want you to do. We're not going to start with the race car. We're going to fit the race car into our scene. So, the first thing I want you to do is draw a line across the screen like this, or across your page. It does not have to be perfect. It's just a marker line to mark where we are. Don't worry about whether it's perfect. See, mine's a little wobbly. It's okay to have a wobbly line. That's going to give us kind of a horizon as we look into the dog leg of the track. And then draw another line kind of like this. Alright, as you might have guessed, this is our road, or I should say racetrack. It's going to give us a good view of the start-finish line at Phoenix. Alright, who out there is watching and drawing with me today, and where are you watching from? I'm in North Carolina. You might be out west. It's a little early. Sorry if I woke you up with this drawing show, but what better way to start your day out west than with some drawing? Checking out some of these comments. Oh yeah, a lot of people watching. Thank you for all the hearts and retweets on Twitter. Thank you for sharing and telling your friends to draw with us today. I appreciate that very much. We're out here drawing. A lot of comments out here. By the way, make sure you send in your drawings in the comments so I can show them. Donna's watching in Florida. Okay, not quite out west. Joe's in Pocono. What's up, Matthew? Joseph is in South Carolina. Daniel's watching again on his mom's account. Thank you for drawing with us, Daniel. Ken's in Texas. Keegan's in North Carolina. All right. What's up, Danny Boyd? Good to see you all. Okay, you got your track drawn in there? Looking pretty good. That's going to turn into our front stretch. And then let's draw the start-finish line right about here. See that? We're setting the scene first. Usually I start with a race car and I build the world around it, but today we're telling the story by starting with the scene and the scenery and then putting the race car into that. The next thing I want you to do is draw another line, and this is going to represent our grandstand, and it's going to go like this. Now, with artwork, there's something called artistic license. Have you ever heard about this? Artistic license? It basically means that the artist and the writer and the poet and the painter and the musician, they have a license to kind of fudge the truth, right? Like, for example, this grandstand. The Phoenix grandstand wraps all the way around the front stretch. It's really perfect. It's a great, beautiful grandstand, gives a perfect view of the track. And so if I was drawing this, I probably wouldn't be able to see beyond the grandstand up here. But I want to add some of the mountains back there with some of the little cactus in there from Phoenix. So I'm giving a perspective that makes it look like the grandstand is kind of going off in the distance. So you'll see what I mean here in a second. But my point is that this is your story. This is your drawing. So you make it tell whatever story you want it to tell. And it's going to be all right. Now I'm going to draw the wall. A line for where the wall will be. Again, there's just a marker line. It doesn't have to be perfect. Mine's not very straight. We'll clean it up in a second. Does anyone know what color the wall at Phoenix Raceway is? Anybody out there in the comments? Put it in there. I'm gonna check those comments in a second. So as you can see, this is the track here, this area. This is the wall, and then this is the grandstand. So we're gonna have to fit our car in there in a second. Next, I want you to draw a line that goes up like this. Okay? Goes up like that. That's going to be our flag stand indicator. Okay? We'll finish that off in a minute, but right now we're just laying out where things need to go. All right, Phoenix Raceway coming together. Daniel loves Phoenix Raceway, so do I. So do I. This is a fantastic track. Thank you to all of our friends watching on the Phoenix Raceway page. Who's out there out west? We got Sue and Lisa is in Phoenix. We got Jean, Jean, am I pronouncing that right? She got the color right. It's a blue wall at Phoenix. And not quite the Homestead blue. It's more of a true blue. Actually not very far from our auto owner's Camry we will be drawing into this picture. Speaking of which, let's mark where the race car is going to go. What do you say? This is a brand new angle I have not drawn with you all. So, first thing is I want you to draw a line like this. This is going to be our race car. Like this. Okay? It's very much parallel to what's going on with our track and our wall. So you can even draw another line back here like this. Okay? It's kind of like the number of 11 sitting in that track. But it's not going to be Denny's car. It's going to be Martin's car. But it's like a plus sign. All right. Next, I need you to draw a line up from these corners. You see how we did that? We're going to make a box for the race car to fit in. That's what we need to do. All right. And then I want you to connect the line up there. Let me zoom in and see if I can show you what I'm doing here. So I'm going to draw in blue. You don't have to draw in blue. I'm just showing you what I did. I made a line go up like this on both sides, and then I connected them with that other line that we did up here. See how that worked? You can actually do the same thing back here, like that. And then draw another line down, and we're making kind of a box shape here. It's a long box, rectangular shaped box. And we're going to fit Martin Truex Jr.'s race car inside this box. There you go. I don't know if any of you were Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or whatever, or maybe you just made Pinewood Derby cars with your family or for yourself, but you started with a block of wood and then you chiseled away the car. Well, that's what we're doing with the drawing. We're starting with a block and we're going to fit the car in it and we're going to chisel away the pieces and we're going to make Martin Truex Jr.'s auto owner's Camry. Got it? All right. So let's keep working on this box here. We need to add a little bit of a roof. And for the roof, imagine if I divided the box into 3. Actually, let's go into 4 with 3 lines. So imagine I was cutting this block in half and then cutting those blocks in half. We'd wind up with 4 sections, right? So there's line A over here, line B, line C, line D, and line E. You see them? E, D, C, B, A. Well, the roof is going to start right over here behind line B. That's going to be the windshield where that dot is. And it's going to end in between D and E back here. So that's where it starts and that's where it finishes. Front windshield, rear windshield. Well, I can add those dots over here as well. One there and one there to indicate our roof. And then all we really have to do is draw an arch to connect them. Alright, so I'm going to let you catch up a little bit. See how we're starting with simpler shapes? Most of us know how to draw a square or a rectangle. And so instead of trying to worry about drawing a perfect shaped car, we draw a shape we know how to draw, and then we fit our other shapes into it. That's one secret of good drawings. Alright, Julie's watching. Thank you for liking the blue hat. I figure Phoenix Raceway, blue walls, blue skies. Why not a blue hat and a blue race car? Alright, even my shirt's kind of blue. It's dark, but it's there. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the hearts. Please share it with your friends. I appreciate you. It's my favorite part about this is reading what you all are doing. Alright, let's get that roof in there. So the roof is going to be a line that kind of goes in like this. See how it's angling up? Now this is the rear windshield. It's going like that, angling up. The front windshield does a similar angle just at the front, like that. Hopefully that makes sense to you there. And then I just connect them like this. Alright, so let me try to go a little slower here so you can understand what's going on. So if we got our orange dot, we had our dots here, right? Let's say this is dot 1, dot 2, dot 3, and dot 4. Got that? So from 2, I drew a line going up like that. And from 3, I drew pretty much the same line going up. See that? Yep. Then I connected the dots 1 and 4 like this. Okay? Got it? And then I connected 4 and 3 with kind of a curved line like that. Does that make a lot of sense? I think it's coming together. I know it's kind of crazy looking right now, but trust me, this is going to come together. If you have a car that you can look at, oh, that really helps so much more. See, I'm looking at the back of this car like that. We're drawing a car that is at an angle kind of like this on your screen. See that? So having a car to look at really helps. And that's what I'm doing. No shame in that. All right, now connect the number 2 line to the middle in between line 1, or dot 1 and dot 4. So you see how I did a connector line like that? Now I'm going to fill them in black. Get rid of some of that orange. I'm just drawing orange so that you can see where my lines are going. Make it a lot easier because we have a lot of lines already on this page. It's a little confusing, doesn't it? And then connect 2 and 3 with kind of a slightly curved line, like that. All right. Now I'm going to erase some of these. We don't need those numbers anymore. Those were just indicators of where our dots were going to be. All right. Well, we got that in there. How about some wheels? Because a race car really needs tires and wheels to go, doesn't it? Well, thankfully we have these lines. So the rear wheel is going to go right over line D, and we're going to draw an upside down U, a skinny one like that. Upside down U directly over line D, like that. See how I did that? Letter U flipped upside down. I know you can do that. Then the front one, the right side of the letter U starts on line B and goes up in between line A. Kind of like that. And just like that, we have a place for our wheels. Okay? Looking pretty good out here. This is going to be a pretty car. Blue is one of my favorite colors. You know, I used to actually drive race cars at my home track in Miami, which is about the opposite side of the country from Phoenix, but the weather is very similar actually. And I had a blue car, so I really like this color blue. All right. Looking good in the neighborhood. How's yours looking? Is it good? Catch up with that roof. I know there's a lot going on your paper there. Let me see what comments. You guys having a good time with this? Is this one of the harder ones to draw? Well, let me tell you, if this is a little hard for you, we're going to draw a cactus soon. A cactus is going to be a lot easier. Kevin got the wall color correct also in blue. Love is watching. Nice name. Denny Hamlin fan. All right. Let's see. Daniel says that he's a Boy Scout and won the Pinewood Derby this year. Or he won the same year that Kyle Busch won the championship in 2015. He won the Pinewood Derby. That's fate right there, Daniel. That's pretty good. I think you can get Pinewood Derby kits from either Lowe's or Home Depot. So check them out. Pick up some DeWalt or Craftsman tools to help your parents get that wood cut. All right. What's next? Let's start shaving away some edges of the front to make this car a little more rounded. So here's the deal. If you can erase in a line, this corner over here kind of curved. See how it's erased? I'm going to erase it into a curved line like that. If you cannot erase, don't worry, it's not a problem, because that line is just going to turn into lines on the racetrack, on the asphalt. These cars going over the track put down so much rubber they make lines and dark marks when they spin out and then we turn hard. So my point is, remember what I told you about mistakes? If you can't erase something, don't worry about it. The world today, we're learning how to adapt and how to fix some things, so we can fix our drawings with no problem. So don't worry about it if you can't erase. Same thing on the nose. I want you to curve it up here like that. Give it a nice curve, and then get rid of this line if you can. If not, we're going to incorporate it into the rest of our drawing. So do whatever you need to do there. And now, this race car, this Camry can cut through the air a lot better because it's not a big block anymore. It's more of a smooth surface. All right. Draw a spoiler back here. It's basically just a thicker line, like that. Little rectangle on the back. That's the rear spoiler. Looking good, looking good. The rear is already kind of square, and that's accurate, so we don't really have to chisel away any spots there. We can just add a little bumper like that. Big deal. Lines in a race car just make it look faster. I'm telling you, it's the truth. All right. Very nice. Okay. Let's see here. What else do we need to do? I think we need a window. Driver's got to be able to climb in the window and see out, right? So remember this line we drew here that's kind of a hump, kind of a mountain, kind of a bump? Well, we want to just redo that line a little smaller further beneath it. So watch. I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to follow that line. See how I'm making a parallel line behind it? Well, there you go. And then I follow the line we already drew. And just like that, we have a side window. So, how's yours going? Give that a shot. Got a beautiful windshield up here. I really like how this has turned out. You know, sometimes it's good to just sit back for a second, take a breath, look at your drawing, find out things you like about it, give yourself a little praise for doing a good job so far and things that you've gotten better at. Find some things that you need to improve. It's no problem having to improve things. Nobody's perfect, right? Figure out what you'll do next time. Figure out if you can do any changes to fix it. And if so, fix them up. If not, we'll just make this drawing the best it can be and then try a new one another time. I had to fix my spoiler. My spoiler wasn't angled very well. It was a little messy, so I made some mistakes, and that's all right. Next, we want to divide the window in half with the B post, and I'm just going to do a line right there and make it thick. So see, on a race car, you have the A post, the B post, and the C post. Up and down posts that hold that roof up. So A post, B post, C post. And I can erase my letters down here. We don't need those letters. That was just for your benefit so I could identify what I was talking about. We're missing something here. We're missing a rear windshield, and we just need one line to fix it. So we need to draw a parallel line to this bottom line right up here. Right like that. And now Martin Truex can see out the rear windshield of that car. How about that? All right. We have not drawn this angle before on our drawing show. If you'd like to see some other episodes we've done, you can go to YouTube and search for Boris Draws Race Cars or something like that. Go to the Joe Gibbs Racing YouTube. That's where you'll find it, but you can also search. And you'll find all of our previous episodes. We've drawn so many race cars, so many different scenes. Today we're at Phoenix Raceway. We're drawing, of course, a race car, but we drew the rest of the track, if I can get it to zoom out here, right there. We're going to draw a cactus flag stand, and we're going to draw some mountains and cactus off in the distance. All right? So stay tuned for that. We're doing the race car first here. Let's draw some wheels. The wheel's just going to be an oval. And I'm just going to draw a messy oval because this wheel is spinning at like 160 miles an hour. So don't worry about a perfect circle. Just be a little sketchy in there. See that? Just get some sketch, get some motion in there. It's okay. All right. Now here's something I want to do on this car. I want to draw a long shadow. You know why? Because I'm going to pretend that the sun is over here and it's shining right on Martin Truex Jr.'s car. Now the reality of this the sun probably isn't going to be there in the real life Phoenix, because I know this because they did something really smart at Phoenix. They built the race stand with the sun behind it when it's setting so that the crowd is a lot cooler and so the sun isn't in the driver's eyes. Genius move by this speedway. So I want to draw a long shadow though, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the front wheel and I'm going to draw a line that goes way back like this, way back, and then start here on the bumper and make it go way back like this, and then cut it off like that. It's like another box. Shadows are so important in your drawings, especially race car drawings, because they make the car look like it's grounded. It's on the track, it's touching the ground, it's not floating in the air. So even if you didn't draw the racetrack, if you drew a car and then you drew the shadow, our brains are going to make it look like there is a racetrack in there. Trust me, try it. Draw a car on a white piece of paper and then draw a shadow and see what happens. I'm also going to draw a little roof bump to indicate that there's a roof there. Now I'm going to fill this shadow in. You don't have to fill yours in right now. I know it takes a long time to fill things in. I would just save that for the end because you don't want to spend too much time filling stuff in. I know it takes some time, and I can do it fast on an iPad. There we go. I just wanted you to see that long shadow that I drew in there. All right. Well, that's looking pretty cool already, isn't it? Yeah. So, what next? What next? What next? How about a couple bars in the rear windshield, like this? These bars keep Martin safe. They keep things from coming in the car that shouldn't be there. So a couple bars looking good. How about a window net? How about a window net? Window net keeps Martin's arms in the car, keeps him safe. I just draw lines up like this, and then lines out like that. And now we have a pretty darn good looking window net. Couple circle vents in the rear window there. Oh yeah. Really like how this is looking. I'm going to clean up his nose even more. Look at there. Alright, so what's beautiful about this is you now have a template of a race car, and you can turn that into any race car you want. You could turn it into Kyle Busch or Denny Hamlin or Eric Jones, or maybe, maybe you're a fan of somebody else. We still love you, even if you're like a Logano fan or a Keselowski fan or a Harvick fan. That's okay. We forgive you. I'm just kidding. Glad you're watching. I, of course, am a Joe Gibbs Racing fan, but who's counting? There's Janae out there watching. Very awesome. I bet your images are looking so good. Kevin, thank you for watching. Okay, let's go on to different parts of the track now. We'll color in the race car at the end. So you see this line we drew up here in front of the race car? Well, that's our flag stand. But the flag stand at Phoenix is a very unique flag stand. I drew mine just a little too thick there. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. Yours probably is not that thick unless you're drawing with a major Sharpie or something like that. Well, the flag stand is like a cactus. So I'm drawing a pole, and then I'm drawing one stick up like that, one stick up like this, and then another stick over here. Okay? There's your cactus. Now to make this cactus look fast, they put straight lines on it. The cactuses you might see in the wild, of course, are going to have more curved, bulbous ends. But I really love the way Phoenix Raceway designed their flag stand to make it look like a cactus. And the other cool part is, it lights up. Can you believe that? The flag stand is green when the green flag's out, yellow when the caution flag's out, red, unfortunately, if there's a red flag needed. All sorts of cool things happen with that cactus. So, to make sure everybody knows this is Phoenix Raceway, we're putting that cactus flag stand up there. Now here's the trick though. I am going to draw another cactus shape over here, like this. See what I did there? I kind of followed the same line, so I'm going to do a green line here so you can understand. See this line here? See how it curves out and goes up? Well, I drew that same line over here, curves out and goes up. because that's going to be the space for our flag person to be up there waving the flag. So that's how you know there's a space there. All right, I'm going to fill that in with a black color or a dark color, just to give that flagman a little house, a little place to be. All right. Next, I'm going to add some mountains in the background. Okay, the mountains at Phoenix are they're not super peaks like this. They're kind of jaggedy, but they're like this. It's kind of like lightning in the air. Fire on the mountain, lightning in the air. Sorry, I had to sing. Good thing this is not Boris Teaches You How to Sing. That would not be a show anyone would want to watch. But there's the mountain. And to me, it's important to color these mountains in black because I'm going to draw the sun behind that mountain. Okay? But I'll do that later. At the top of these mountains, I want to draw a little cactus. Like this. Can you see those little cactus? Little cactus all over the mountain. Those are some big cactus. Alright, see them? Maybe a little bush there. Maybe there's some animals hiding out up there. Maybe little rattlesnakes up there in the mountain. But we got some cactus up there. Looking good. Alright. Got our start-finish line. I'm going to draw another line down here. And there's going to be some asphalt down there. Oh yeah, looking good. Alright. The next thing we're going to do before we start coloring is draw the flag. Now you pick whichever flag you want. I'm going to draw a little flag man. There's his head. There's his body. There's his arm over there. And in his arm, what is he holding? He's holding a flag. And it goes like that. And it's basically just a little box on a stick. Like there. Look at that. I like that a lot. Flag man. Now this is where your drawing turns into your story. You know the different flags in NASCAR? Green means what? Green means go. It can be the start of the race or it could be the restart of a race. There's also a green checkered flag, which means the stage, those segments we race in, is ending. Yellow means a caution is out. Maybe you're telling a story in your drawing where there's a wreck coming up. We learned how to draw a wrecked race car yesterday. We learned how to draw a spinning race car a couple weeks ago. You can go back and watch those. So you could turn all sorts of cars into this drawing and turn it into any kind of drawing you want. Maybe there's a red flag. Maybe this car isn't moving at all and it's just sitting still. This is where I want you to make your own decision and draw whatever color you want and tell your own story. So I am going to make that a green flag. This is going to be the start of the race. And Martin Truex Jr. was on pole and he got out to a good start. Okay? Just if you draw a black flag, that means Martin has a penalty. You know that, right? It's up to you. It's up to you. Maybe you want Martin to have a penalty. I don't know why anybody would want that, but maybe it's up to you. All right. It's almost time to start coloring. We got to put some numbers on this car first. And to do that, we draw boxes. So on the door, we draw a box, line up like that, line up like that, line up like that, line down like that. And now we have a box. On the roof, the same thing. Parallel lines, like that, and then a box like this. That's where our number 19 is going to go. I'm going to angle it backwards just a little bit, kind of messed up there, but I'm going to fix it. I'm trying to follow all these other lines that I drew. Engineers and car designers are very specific with how they design things. See how the roof is like a rectangle? The windows follow the rectangle lines, the hood and the rear, they're all parallel lines. Very purposeful. So I want my drawing to mimic that. All right. Next, divide that box in half, but not perfectly in half. On the left side, we want a 1, so we want to make a skinny box on the left side and a wider box on the right. 1 for the 1, 1 for the 9. Make sense? Because the 9 is going to have a dot there. It's going to have a dot there. And the bottom's going to have a line over like that. And just like that, we do the number 19. There's a line up there. Whoa, that got really thick. Let me loosen that one up a little bit. Line there, and then a line there. And we have a number 19. I mean, just like that, with a couple dabs of ink, we have a number 19. So good, looking so good. All right, all right, all right. Now the tail lights on the Camry, the stickers are kind of thin. They basically just go like this. They kick out, they come out, and then they angle out like that. See that? I know it's a little hard to see, but if I draw in red here, maybe you can see it better. It's kind of a weird hot dog shape. Comes out, and then it spikes at the back like that. There's your rear tail light on the Toyota Camry. And then back here, one of these numbers. Very good. I'm already getting ahead of myself with some colors, aren't I? Feels good to add color to it. Phoenix, even though it's a desert track, there is so much color to the speedway, and we love it. All right, how's yours going? Connor says put green for the fuel fill area. Good point, Connor. Let me put that in there now. Put a little green circle, and that green circle is going to go right about there. And Connor is correct. That is where they fill the fuel and put it in the car. So don't forget that. All right. I like how this is looking. I like it a lot. Next, what do we need? Well, we're going to have to write auto owners on there. We can draw a big upside down A on the hood. You see that? We're going to have to draw it upside down like that. So let me see if we can figure this out. There's a line here, like that. That's the bottom of the A. See that? And then it goes up. And then it angles like this. Angles down here, and then it has a little ball on the end like that. Alright, that wasn't too hard. I was a little worried about that. Drawing an upside down A like that, but we got it alright. How'd yours turn out? You know, you can always turn your paper back around the other way if you need to draw a right side up A. Got it, right? Just flip your paper upside down. I'm not going to do that. A little hard for me on the iPad, but you get the point. Alright, I'm going to make my tail light a little longer here. I kind of shortened it up too much. You can also write auto owners on the back. Now you know how to spell that? Auto owners is going to be A-U-T-O. That's auto. Dash. Owners, capital O. W-N-E-R-S. There we go. And it says insurance under it, but it's too small to read, so I'm just going to draw a little squiggly line to indicate insurance. We also want that Toyota logo on the back, so don't forget to draw that. That's a T-O-Y. These are all capital. O-T-A. Toyota. And then they have a circular logo that we'll put into a box over here. Alright? So it's coming together. You can also write auto owners on the side. I'm just going to do a squiggly because the car is going so fast. We're going to do a squiggly line. You'll see that in a second. But it's coming together. And it is looking good, if I do say so myself. I cannot wait to see this finished product. Okay. Phoenix Raceway looking good. We drew a cactus. We drew grandstands and some mountains, a little cactus up there. There's going to be a sun behind it. I think it's time to start coloring in. What do you say? Oh yeah, let's do that. So, if you're ready, grab some colors. If you don't have them, keep drawing. Maybe you can add another car or turn this into a spin-out scene or a burnout and some donuts, whatever you want to do. All right. What color am I going to choose? I'm going to choose a purpley kind of gray. A little purpley gray. All right. And we're going to start filling this in. How you doing out there? Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for reading and retweeting and sharing with your friends. We do this every weekday at noon on the JGR channels. All right, I'm going to start filling in the asphalt with some purple. And I'm just doing swooshy lines like this. Swooshy line, swooshy line. Markers are great for this. Colored pencils are great for this. Crowns are good for this. Finger paints could even work for this if you're careful and don't get into your race car. But I'm just doing some speedy, swooshy lines in purple right now. I'm even going to put them down here because there's asphalt down here too. And I'm even going to put some in the grandstand. Now we're not going to draw individual people because the scenery is moving by so quickly that everyone is just a blur. But these are people wearing Denny Hamlin shirts up here in the grandstand, and they're just blurring by. Next, let's pick a blue that looks kind of like the Phoenix Raceway blue on the wall. And I think that blue is pretty close right there. What do you think? Anybody out there at the racetrack or anybody that has been to the racetrack can tell me if they think that that blue is a good choice, because I think it's a pretty good choice for the wall. So we're going to draw that blue. And remember when we had these jagged lines over here? We'll see why it doesn't matter. That's because we're drawing so many swooshy lines, it doesn't even matter. It's all good. All right. Yeah. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. Add some lighter blue streaks in there just to add some feeling to this. Isn't it cool how colors can make you feel a certain thing? If these were a lot of reds, maybe it would be a danger zone. But this is kind of a cool scene, and it's just that cool blue auto owner's Camry just rushing through. Not a care in the world. Everything's fine. Racing to the win. All right. Now I'm going to get some light gray in there. Just get some grays. Asphalt is gray usually, after all. Out in Phoenix, though, they use kind of a tan asphalt because I'm sure there's a lot of sand in it when they make it. So I'm going to make sure to get some tan in there as well. So let's pick a tannish color, yellowish, tannish. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Well, that really brightened things up. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, Phoenix Raceway, you're really coming together, aren't you? Look at that. I like that a lot. Make sure I put some in the grandstand. Got to bring it all together. There's a lot of yellow in that grandstand up there. In fact, I'm going to pick some brighter yellow, maybe a little more orangey. I'm going to start adding that in there like that. Look at there. Coming together. There's a lot of yellow in the grandstand at Phoenix, so I'm going to really fill that up with some yellow up here. I believe they also have some red up there, so I need to make sure I get some red up in the grandstand. Now, of course, there's people all filling this grandstand because I'm drawing a picture that was back in the days when we could go to the track. But it's been good to stay healthy, stay safe. I can't wait till we can get back to Phoenix in the right way and race again. How about some orange? People wearing orange shirts there. Screaming by. Remember, there's all these people in here, but you can't see them all because Martin Truex is going so fast and just blurring things up. Now, how about some green? We need some green in there too. Oh yeah, and the other place we need green is on the flag, because this is the green flag. This is the start to a beautiful race day at Phoenix Raceway. The sun's still out, but it's going to be setting, and I'm going to choose a really bright green for this cactus flag stand, which is one of, if not the coolest flag stand in NASCAR. And what better shape than a cactus for a flag stand at Phoenix in the desert, right? There we go. And I'm going to add some glow to that. I'm just going to add some more marks over here. Just some more glow coming off that flag. Look at that thing. The green flag is out. All right. How do you like that? Lynn says that she put the catch fence in. And that's pretty smart too. If you want to put a catch fence, you can do some more black lines and kind of, I do it really light and I go like this, like that. I think that's smart. That's a cool move, Lynn. I appreciate that tip. All right. Yeah, looking really good, isn't it? Okay. Let's color in Martin's car. What do you say? The front of Martin's car is well, I have it right here. I don't have to describe it because there it is. It's a light blue, not much different than the wall at Phoenix. Just don't fill that A in. Keep that white, but come in here and start filling in some blue on Martin's car. And I'm even going to work those swoosh lines into his car so that this whole drawing comes together. Very nice. Appreciate kids of all ages watching these episodes. We hear from people who are 4 years old and 6 years old and 40 years old and 60 years old. It doesn't matter how old we are. We can enjoy some drawing, can't we? I'm gonna start getting a little darker on my blues because it actually gets darker the further it goes back on Martin Truex's car. And it actually ends up being an almost black blue here at the back. So I am going to just reach the dark color back here with that Auto Owner's Camry. Dark blue. Keep the numbers white. Beautiful color. Fill in the whole back area except the tail lights. We want to keep those red, right? Like so. Like so. We're just filling in. Having a good time. Drawing away. I'm going to go even darker back here. Yeah, there we go. I might have to write my words and Auto Owners in white back here and Toyota in white so that we can still see them. All right. It's a fast looking race car, isn't it? Yeah. All right, I'm going to add some more blue, medium blue in here. Do some swooshes. Why not? We're swooshing away. I'm going to actually make some swooshes go up into my shadow like this. See that? See how the swooshes are intersecting the shadow? Just makes it look even faster than it already is. Shadow swooshes. Big secret here. Even some front-facing swooshes shows where the car is going to be going in the future. Look at that. That is a fast-looking Camry, isn't it? Really good. I'm going to put some blue in the windshield and the windows, the rear windshield, the rear windows. You know why? Well, just because it's glass, or it's really not really glass. It's kind of a thick plastic, but just brings it together. I'm going to put some purple in there too. And how about some yellow? We're going to have a sun, so we need the sun to be reflected in the windshield here. So how about some yellowy orange in the windows? Yeah, look at that. On my screen, they're actually mixing to make a bit of a green. Some of you may know that's what color you get when you mix yellow and orange. Now because the sun's over here, I'm going to get a little crazy here and I'm going to do a yellow highlight on the nose like this. And that just indicates to me that the sun is shining off of the hood of Martin Truex Jr.'s race car and looking really bright, bold and beautiful over here off that shiny race car. Got the sun on it. So that's how I'm telling my story. You tell yours how you want to tell it. But I like that. I'm even going to put a line on the spoiler there. Oh yeah. Sun is shining. Since we have yellow out, how about we draw that sun? The sun, I'm just going to draw some circles. And I'm going to go over into our mountains a little bit. And that's okay. I'm just going to draw some circles like this. Because we're going to color over the mountains in a darker color. So I got some yellow. Now let me try some orange. Oh yeah, pretty sun there. The Phoenix sun, the famous Phoenix sun. It's hot, but makes for a beautiful place. Beautiful plants, beautiful scenery, beautiful racetrack. And I'm just going to keep drawing that yellow until I fill up that sky behind that sun. I'm going to keep some white in there. But there we go. We got a sun. Now I'm going to fill in the mountains. There we go. Let's fill those mountains in. I'm choosing black. You can choose whatever color you want. Even some dark purple will look really good on those mountains. But when something is in front of the sun and the sun is behind it, it usually turns into a dark color. And that's called a silhouette. Silhouette. All right. There we go. Some mountains in the distance. Looking good. Oh yeah. Well, that picture's coming together pretty nicely. What do you think? Think it looks pretty good? I do. I'm going to add in a start-finish line here. Put some yellow in that start-finish line. And I'm just going to draw some dashes down here that indicate the yellow start-finish line here. So, dash there. Let's see here. Dash there. Dash there. Dash there. See what I'm doing? Start-finish line dashes. Yeah. Well, I love how this has turned out. How's it look on your screen? How does yours look? Make sure you post in the comments your drawing so that I can enjoy it. Just going to add a little auto owner squiggle there. There's a logo there, but he's going so fast you can't barely read it. I'm going to fill in Toyota back here in white so that pops out. Toyota. And then a little red box for their logo. Right there. And a little white dot in there just to indicate that their logo's in there. Like that. We'll also put auto owners in white on my screen. You may or may not be able to do that depending on the tools you're using. Alright. Well, I think that's it for me. I like that one. How does yours look? Oh, I forgot the taillights. You know, you always think you're done and then you see something else you have to fill in. Someone out there was going to say, don't forget the taillights. There we go. Got those taillights in there. Alright, folks. Well, I'm going to sign this one after I do a few more lines down here. Maybe some black. Need some black in the track. Yeah. I'm going to sign this one down here at the bottom. And we're going to call it a day. And I'm going to go get some lunch. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of hungry. And just like that, we have Martin Truex Jr.'s Auto Owners Camry Racing down Phoenix Raceway at the start of the race, the green flag. Well, check out some of the other artwork we've done throughout the weeks on YouTube or some of our Joe Gibbs Racing channels. And thank you so much to Phoenix Raceway and all of the friends over there that are helping us stay safe and healthy here and working towards getting us back on track in the right way. I can't wait to get back to Phoenix Raceway, one of the best tracks we go to. So if you live near there, or even if you don't live near there, and one day you want to plan to go there, I think you should put it near the top of your list as a track to go to. Check out their website, and you really enjoy all the infield amenities and everything that's going on there. So thank you for drawing. Post your comments and your drawings, and I will show them on air on Friday on the Joe Gibbs Racing channel. Okay? All right, this is Boris signing out. Thanks again for watching.